Respected friends, welcome you all for the study of this glorious Yoga Vaashishtha Maha Ramayanam. We are studying third Utpatthi Prakaranam Leelopakhyanam. Started some 7-8 sargas back. It will run up to more than some 50 more sargas. In this, right now we are seeing the 31st sarga. Its name is Yuddha Prekshika Sthitha Ambara Varnanam. There the Yuddha is done by that Sindhu Raja along with Samanta on the kingdom of the Leela's husband. To see that whoever have come assembled in the Sukshma Rupa, in the Akasha, the Varnana of that is done. Such an important topic it is, giving us so many of the details for us to no other way than accepting and believing that this is how beyond this Stula Jagat and the beings we see, when we leave the body, that's how the other world also is thereof. Different lokas, and before that, whatever is happening here, depending on its importance, to see that so many of the beings come with different purposes. Yesterday we tried to explain it to a good extent. So this reveals to us that Sharira Patananantaram Jiva continues going into different Sharira by himself, but then there are others who have gone beyond this Stula Sharira Tadatmya with so many of various sadhanas, even though not yet realize Aham Brahmasmi. Or those who have done the higher Prakriti Niyantrana or control sadhanas called as tapasvins, yogins, who are given special siddhis to see the things happening themselves staying in invisible form. So this should help us to know that what prayers we are offering to Gurus, Devatas, they are being seen, received, they are reciprocated. Like that, so many very important things for us to understand. This data becomes very, very helpful. Let us see that Varnanam of Yuddha Prekshika Sthita Ambara Yuddha Prekshika Prekshartham Yuddha Prekshanartham Ambare Sthita Mahanubhavanam Varnanam. Let us see that. Start. Om 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 Sahanavavatu Sahanao Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Bhakti Yoga Dharma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsharashibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyah Om Yairime Gurubihi Purvam Padavakya Pramanatah Vyakhyatah Sarva Vedantah Satchastraha Nityam Pranatosmyaham Om Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Ramanamavaranane Om Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvataitam Gaganasadrusham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamacharam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavataitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami Om Parabrahmane Shruti Matre Samasta Brahma Bhakti Yoga Dharma Vidya Acharyebhyo Rishibhyo Manibhyo Gurubhyo Devatabhyo Asmad Gurubhyo Namaha Sri Ramachandra Parabrahmane Sri Vaashishtha Vishwamitra Valmiki Vedavyasa Vamadeva Naradadi Samasta Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayanadi Shastranam Upanishadanam Acharyebhyo Namaha Sankalpaha Tesham Sarvesham Kripanugrahena Upanishad योगमास वासिष्ठ महारामायण उक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थम श्रुति स्मृति पुराण इतिहास संतवाङ्मय उक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थम तत्रोक्त ऋषिमुनिगुरु देवता दर्शनानुग्रह अनुभव प्राप्त्यर्थम सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थम धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिवकृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनरवाप्ते तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न शाश्वत समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हैंदव संस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सङ्कल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रतिभक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्मसाफल्यार्थम् अनेकशास्त्राणाम् अध्ययनसाधनाप्रयत्नमध्ये श्रीवाल्मीकिमहर्षिविरचित श्रीरामवसिष्ठसंवादरूप श्रीयोगवासिष्ठमहारामायण स्मृतिमोक्षप्रकरणशास्त्रस्य पारायणमध्ययनं साधनाप्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। मङ्गलाचरणश्लोकाः। ॐ यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मादानन्दस्याम्बरेवनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुखगनं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमध्यनिधनं मायाविलासैर्मुहुः विश्वाकारमपास्तमायमभयं वन्दे विशुद्धं पदं। ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षः न तु कर्मसु अज्ञातोऽसौ स्वसदृश्यं सृजत्येवेति कीर्त्यते। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे। विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहं। तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्रीगुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः। पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरपि कलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये। ॐ श्रीरामचन्द्रपरब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीवसिष्ठादिऋषिभ्यो नमः। श्रीयोगवासिष्ठमहारामायण शास्त्रं तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणं लीलोपाख्याने युद्धप्रेक्षिका स्थित अंबर वर्णनम नाम 31 सर्गः. So the story going on is Leela Upakhyana started with Leela and Raja Padma's glorious Charitra Varnana. Then the Leela wanted to continue life like this happily with her husband. So she doesn't want herself or the husband to die, especially the husband. Before her, he should live long, eternally. Then she called all Brahmanas, Rishi Muni, lot of puja to them. She has done Satkara, Bhojanadi, Dakshina Adi. She asked, what to do to see that my husband never dies, eternally he remains. They told, lot of yoga siddhis, lot of uttama lokadi prapti, they can be achieved through yajna yaga. Mrityu cannot be averted or avoided. That they said. So many brahmanas she called, everyone told like that. Not simultaneously, एक के बाद ये तो नहीं, वो तो नहीं, वो ठीक कह सकते होंगे, वो मार्गदर्शन दे सकते होंगे, in that way. When she understood that each one of them say Mrityu cannot be avoided, then she worshipped Mother Saraswati. With her Shakti accumulated through many other earlier lives. When Mother Saraswati appeared, two boons she asked. One, whenever I want you to come, you have to appear. Second is, my husband should live long, if at all he has to die before me. In this Akasha only he should be there, seeing me, watching me. With that feeling that he is seeing me, watching me, I can continue living as long as my body lives. See, Mother Saraswati said Tatast. Now, naturally, the time of husband's departure came. He died. Then she also felt so dukhi and all. Then, as per her already gained boon, she invoked Mother Saraswati. Saraswati Mata came. Then she told, keep that body intact, you will have life with him. And so she wants to tell so many things. Then she gives the Tattva Jnana. That you are Chidakasha, everything is Chidakasha. In that Chittakasha, Chitta Jagat, Bhutakasha, Bhuta Jagat are only Kalpita with all its variety. The Moola Tattva Jnana is given to her. Then she wanted to see the husband where he is now. The died went away Jiva. Mother said, then do the Nirvikalpa Samadhi Abhyas. She does. Then she goes to that loka of husband. He is in a beautiful kingdom, enjoying in his own way. She was there seeing all of them, but they could not recognize her. They were not able to see her. She was invisible to them. Then she comes back. Mother Saraswati is there. Again, she invokes another time. This time went to the Raja all alone. Second time, when again she came back into this Sharira, husband's body is kept there only. Now she expresses her wish to see her earlier life of the Brahmani, that Gruha. Anyway, that husband died, he alone became Padmarajana. So that is how they started going to all lokas, Brahmandas. How they crossed the exhaustive description we saw. Then we also saw finally they reached to that Girigrama. Then in that Ativahika Deha they enter. Then Leela does Sankalpa. We should be seen by the people there. There in that Girigrama, within the Gruha, the people, their Dukkha Paristhiti, in the entire Grama, how much they were miserable because of the Brahmani Mrityu. All of that is described in 2 chapters. Now, when she wished that I must be seen, so they are seen by now. The people there, the Jeshta Sharma is the eldest son. Then there a lot of discussion between. They ask that why the misery and all. Then they say about the glory of the mother, father. They died. Without them, how can we live? That's why we are miserable. So he asks them to bless. So Leela touches him, his head, his all dukkha, ajnana goes away. Both of them look at the people around, their dukkha, ajnana also goes away. Then they come out of that mood, they are into their routine work. That story ends there and it continues. No, everything you can't tell. That means what? The Gurus, Devatas bless any of the household people who are in the dukkha of bereavement and somebody died. Because of their blessing only slowly, that dukkha goes away, then they start entering into their own routine. Otherwise, rote rote मर ही जाएगा बंदा या कब तक रोएगा. An idea you can catch from it. We may not be able to see it, but it happens because the life has to continue. Okay, that's over. Jeshta Sharma's Katha. Now, Leela asked the question, how come there the kingdom, my husband all, they didn't see me, he could see. She says, at that time you are not paripakva in your ativahika sthiti. Still, Leela aham notion you are. Here by this time you have transcended all that. That's why you had a Sankalpa Shakti. to do sankalpa, and it got fulfilled. That they should be seen, seeing me. So you are seen by them. Okay, that's over. Then the outside Girigrama Varnana is done wonderfully. Excellent. Pehle Giri Varnana is done. Thereafter, the exhaustive Grama Varnana is done. After that, now both of them enter into that house. From there only again they go into the Chitta, that is Sukshma Akasha, then crossing this Brahmanda and going into the Chidakasha Sthiti. From there, Aneka Brahmandas are seen. That is how the Vichitra Brahmanda Varnanam going on. All of that again and again, Mother says, are only in the Kalpita. Right from Brahmadeva up to you and I, all of us are the Ativahika Dehas only, not true real. Beyond Upadis, Sula Sukshma Karana, with that Vyaktitvas, with that the Anayaka Shaktis in those Upadis, with that we are doing various karma, getting karma phala, all of that is untouching the Adhisthana, and Adhisthana, all this is only Kalpita. That Adbhuta Jnanam, time and again, Mother is going on giving to her. Now, Leela had another wish now. A lot of discussion in between. I want to see the husband's loka. That one. Now I want to see again. Because in between she said, तुम चाहे तो अब जा सकती हो, वो तुम्हें पहचानेंगे वगैरह वगैरह. Now, first they come to the Antapura. The Raja Sharira there. Leela Sharira is there. Now, in the today's Sarga, again Leela got the experience, expertise. Therefore, quickly she goes with her Ativahika Deha into crossing all the Brahmandas, into that Brahmanda, again into that Bhugola, and into that Bharatavarsha, Bharatakanda and Bharatavarsha, where for one of the kingdoms, her husband is a Raja. They went there, and much before they could see the Raja and all, the news already is there is what? That Raja from Sindhu Desha with all the Samantas attacking her husband now. Her husband will pele do janam pele. So now, once the Yuddha has been declared, to see that, and for various purposes, है ना, युद्ध में चने बेचने वाले भी आएंगे जो देखने वाले उनको चना खाना है ना. Like that, so many people have come there to see Sukshma Rupa. That's called Yuddha Prekshika. And they're all sthita in the Ambara. And of that Ambara, where they're all sthita, that's Varnanam we are saying. Okay, now here, one subtle secret we talk and move ahead is what? Ki, she goes there to see ki, how is my husband or where is he, what it is. That is from her side, her thought. But when she goes there, what is the situation there? She cannot guess. Earlier, he was enjoying, when she went. Though he didn't recognize her. As a king, he was giving orders and all. Many other kings were seated there. Samanta seated there. पहली बार जब गई थी. This time, the same Samanta kings, joining hands with Sindhu Raja, became enemies and attacking husband. Now, what will happen to him, we will see as the topics go ahead. But the lesson from us is what? Whether in the beyond world or in this very world, with some notions or ideas, we go to somebody, our own ideas. But when you go there, the situation will not be as we expect. No, because by that time, the times change, the moods change, the people's interests change, the paristhithis change, the prarabdhas change, hundreds of things will change. Are you understanding it? That's why we say last time when I went to my friend, such a lovingly welcomed me and all. That's why because of the joy, I thought once again I'll go. I went again this year. But इस बार तो उसने ठीक बात भी नहीं किया मुझे. अरे, that person will have million things to go through. You cannot also be same to anybody when they come second time. है ना? Like when you come to me. Oh, so much love, value I give you. So khana pina, I'll really make you happy. And next time when you come, I may be busy. in my ill health or in my some satsangas or in my some other appointments. Oh, इस बार स्वामी जी ने बात ही नहीं की. अरे, same with me when I come to you. Let us say I visited you. Only let us say, तो you स्वामी जी आगे. But next time I come, you won't say खाई को आए. No, why खाई को आए? You have your own problems. Why खाई को आए means why new problem came. You cannot. That means the world continuously changes. The gross one, the subtler one, outer and related to you too. That is the meaning of the world. Samsara samyak sarati jagat jayate gachati tishtati. Jagat ka arth hi jayate gachati tishtati. Jayate born, gachati goes on modifying. Tishtati dissolves. Samsara means samyak sarati, like a river's water, continuously it goes on moving. People's body changes, mind changes, intellect changes, priorities change, their goals change, lakshyas change. A highly sadhana doing person, when you go and see next time, he can be addict to something else. अरे क्या हो गया रे वो क्या हुआ वो दिख रहा है नहीं वही हुआ the other fellow whom you saw to be so much in tamaguna 1 year after when you went there he is in shuddha satoguna अरे कैसे बदल गया he went on doing sadhanas. Isn't it? People also see according to prarabdha, according to the age, according to maturity, isn't it? People of the age of 25, 26, in a different jovial mood of youthhood, they are there. Now, when they reach to 35, 40, they can't be same. वो अलग maturity आ जाती है. They become reserved, withdrawn, more responsibility for the in-laws, husband, children, house. और फिर वो लोग ऐसे नहीं रहते. The girls or women or men, isn't it? A person who is at a clerical level, his freedom is different. जो काम देते हैं करते हैं बस. But when he gets promoted to office, he cannot be same, no? He'll have to get work from 10 clerks. So he'll have to be differently serious. He'll have to be commanding them. So this thing has to be learned from such topics that the things won't remain the same all the time. So she went to Isbar as Leela Saraswati Mata told, so I will do my Sankalpa, then he will recognize me, then I can chit chat with him. With that idea, she went from this side. But वहाँ घमासान लड़ाई तैयार हो गई शुरू हो गया वहाँ. Isn't it? Another good example is nowadays everything online. Yesterday you just looked at it, it was 100 रुपए and today you checked it 200 रुपए हो गया वो ऐसा ही होता है. परसों 300 हो जाएगा वो या 50 रुपए हो जाएगा. और you when you order a good thing comes to you, next time again order he'll give you सड़ा हुआ or an expired date वाला. अरे यार, this is a funny world it is. I went to that hotel, such a wonderful tea they made. Next time I went, that dish was not good at all. या होगा ही नहीं वो. See, that world is continuously changing. So the Vesti, Samashti, Stula, Sukshma, dynamically changing. That's called samsara. Who is a sadhaka and siddha? He goes beyond the Stula Sukshma Tadatmya, enters into Aham Brahmasmi. His Stula and Sukshma, he merges in the Mula Prakriti. It's not as easy as I am telling now. It may be a journey of 1,000 lives. But that's how the Baddha Purushas are Baddha with the identification is Sthula Sukshma Sharira, which are continuously influenced by the Samashti. Mukta Purushas are those who, the Sthula Sukshma, I don't want, they dissolve, they just identify with the Atma Tattva. Keep all these things intact in your knowledge. Then slowly study Upanishads, such texts like Yoga Vaashishtha and all those prakaranas. Relate that knowledge to this and therefore discover for yourself what should be the ultimate goal. Then how we have to pursue it, work towards it. This is the true way of using our intelligence, the right way of using all our Purushartha abilities. Isn't it? Use it that way. May the Shastras and the Gurus this way guide us in such a manner that day by day we are maturing in our correct, complete, authentic understanding and living according to that understanding for our own evolution. Okay, so yesterday we have seen up to मंत्र नंबर 12. तो 7वां से देखोगे तो ददर्श भर्तु संकल्प जगत जम्बाल पलवलम सिंहीव शैल कुहरम तमोजलद पंकिदम. So they have traveled both of them in a very short span time, because this time the sankalpa shakti was so powerful that the time and distance as if cut off, quickly they reached. है ना? जैसे when you are traveling in a two wheeler, ऐसा रेस किया सिर्फ एक्सीलेटर को, is not the speed of the vehicle from 20 kmph to 90 growing. 20 to 90 is almost 4.5 times. With simple sankalpa and raising it on the gross plane, gross world, isn't it? उससे आपको समझना चाहिए, these people also with their high level of sankalpa shakti just reached to that loka of the husband. Like how much ever the rockets are launched for sending the satellites to whichever the planets. You see the satellites or such things going into planets gross. But before that, all of that is subtle sankalpa only, isn't it? Everything is sankalpa, mind you. Key I have to send satellite to the planet somewhere for studying it is a sankalpa. Then the satellite, if it is made like it can go. That is sankalpa. And in the satellite, what are the payloads or variety of things to put? So later on classified, but earlier it is sankalpa, isn't it? Think about it. That's what is the meaning of Vedanta when it says the whole Srishti is sankalpa. And it is not Srishti, it's a sankalpa. Because of the Shakti, the sankalpa grossified into the seen gross world. Yet the Adhisthana always remaining as it is. That's why this all is mithya. Again and again, when you think, you get an idea. So, Dadarsha Bhartuhu Sankalpa Jagat. How was that? Jambala Palvalam Tamojalada Pankilam. With full of the keychad, etc., with all the pebbles, stones, etc. Both of them went. How Simhi Iva Shaila Koharam, like the lioness entering into the cave of the mountain. Another example is Pakvam Mrudu Bilvam Pipilike, into a very fructified fruit, the Bilva Phala, Pipilika, the ants. You know, the example given is very interesting. केले का या तरबूज का खरबूज का एग्जाम्पल नहीं दिया, बिल्वा फला एग्जाम्पल गिवन. Bilva phala is very hard shell it has. That hard shell nobody can enter. No jiva, no krimi. But when that gets fructified, पक्का हो जाता है, पत्ता पतला हो जाता है, then the ant is able to enter into it. The ants. In that way, the Pipilikas. So they have entered into that loka. So Devyau Vivasatustatte Vyoma Vyomatmike Jagatu Brahmande Antaryatha Pakvam Mrudu Vilvam Pipilike. Okay, that Brahmanda they entered. Then Tatra, in that Brahmanda, Lokantarani, the different lokas. As in this Brahmanda they saw. So by that this time we are familiar with it. Need not explain everything. Adrina, the Sukshma and Stula Parvatas, Antariksham, the space, in between space, Atitya, having crossed all of that in that Brahmanda. So from this Brahmanda went out, they crossed all the Arvanas with their Sankalpa Shakti to that Brahmanda in which her husband is there. That was their goal, no? They entered. हमें इतने में उन लोगों ने कैसे ढूंढा? अरे nowadays with science and technology, are we not able to trace which plane is where and all? With the drone, are we not able to see? अरे अब मनुष्य विद अपना साइंस से ऐसा कर सकता है, तो योगी लोग, what is difficult for them? With a sankalpa, they will go towards that desired loka only, Brahmanda. So that Brahmanda they reached. Then they crossed all the outer avaranas, then entered into Brahmanda like the ants entering into that Pakwa Bilvavala, Mrudu Bilvapala. There, all this they crossed. Lokantarani, Adrin, Antariksham. Then Parapatur Bhutalam. They enter into Bhuloka in that Brahmanda. Shaila Mandala Ambodhi Sankulam. In that Bhumandala also, like this one, the Shailas are there. Shaila is the big mountain ranges. Mandala means, let us say, the continents like we divided. Then Ambodhi, the different oceans as we have. There also they went. There also these were there and they went there. Shaila Ambodhi Mandalam. Shaila Mandala Ambodhi Sankulam. Here, 7 continents or 5 continents, 7 continents, oceans. We gave the names, but it is one earth only. So there it is called as Mandala. Then the mountain range is Shaila. We gave the different names to the mountains, the Alpha Mountains, Himalayan Mountains, the Vindhyagiri. तो हमने दिया नाम ना, पहाड़ को पता नहीं कि मेरा नाम ये है, समुद्र को नहीं पता कि मेरा नाम ये है. So they saw the mountains, the oceans, and the mandala. Then Meruna Alankrutam Jambu Dvipam Navadala Udaram. In that Bhumandala again they went to Jambu Dvipa, Navadala Udaram. Freshly, इससे थोड़ा लेटेस्ट एंड फ्रेश मॉडल है वो वाला ब्रह्मांड. गत्वा था in that Jambu Dvipa also Bharatavarshe. They enter into Bharatavarsha. In that also Leela Nathasya Mandalam. She went into the Mandala means kingdom of Natha, her own husband. नाथ मीन्स पति है ना. और इतने में क्या हुआ, उधर क्या हो रहा है कि ए तस्मिन्नंतरे, इन बिटवीन, इन द मीन टाइम, मीन वाइल, इतने में तस्मिन मंडले, इन दैट भूमंडला मंडित अवनव, वेल डेवलप्ड भूमि, चक्रे अपस्कंदनम. So chakre avaskandana means the initiative has been taken up for the war. Kashchit samantaha. So Kashchit samanta udrikta bhumipaha. Some bhumipaha raja udrikta, joined by, instigated by the samantas. And it is so familiar to us in today's world because of news and media. And Ukraine was instigated by the NATO countries. Oh, Bechara, he took risk and fought with Israel. Sorry, that is, what is the country? Russia. और उसका इतना बेहाल हो गया. So too this Gaza and all of them, they were instigated by the fellow internal countries. Then they attacked Israel. Then Israel has bombed them. वो टुकड़ा टुकड़ा हो गया अभी. You just see that. Now the US is prompting America, Pakistan to go and fight in favor of Israelis against the Philistines there. Lot of money is given in for that work. No, they are trying to avoid it by some other excuse. अब अमेरिका will not leave them. करो ही करेगा वो, तो बेचारे को भेजना पड़ेगा. Then दे अपने दोस्तों से लड़ना पड़ेगा. देखो पैसा कितना खराब होता है कि for the sake of money, the Pakistan has to send now his own sainyam, who are though proud that we are all Islamists, to fight with the Philistine Islamists only, na. अब देखो विचित्र दुनिया में क्या क्या होता है. Example is here. In the last time when we saw Leela going to the kingdom, her husband was enjoying, seated there as king. All Samanta kings were there, seated doing namaskar. Now this time she went. By this time, उनका दिमाग उन सामंत राजाओं का खराब. They joined hands with Sindhu Raja. They are attacking her husband. These are all not written there. Only story is told. Why story is told? For us to learn these things only. With our intellect, presently, this much we are understanding. In our intellect becomes sharp, subtle, deeper. From one story, 1,000 things we learn about. The Maya Kalpita Jagat and Maya Krita Nirantara Parinama in the Jagat. Therefore, never ever we can trust the world, trust the other people, trust their minds. Nay, We cannot trust our own upadhis, nor our own mind. The highest wise person knows all of that. Then what he does, he trusts only the Shastra. Through the Shastra, the Ishvara's mana, and whatever Ishvara tells, he does that. Ishvara tells us to do only two. Outside Sadharma, inside Paramadharma. You are the most safest person. Anything other than that is your own mind's projection. That is in opposition to the totality's mind. That's why in that clash, always the small wasty mind only gets defeated. Because छोटा है मेरा मन समष्टि मन से कहाँ लड़ेगा. That's why the highest Vedantins know. Wherever anybody is miserable, he is going against the samashti. That's the whole thing. He's going against the samashti. That's the meaning of misery. Then the reason is what? He doesn't know what is his position, role, and duty. He doesn't want to know. He has become victim of his own mind's whims and fancies. So he should tell the mind, you shut up, you listen to intellect. He should employ his intellect to study the Shastras and know what he is supposed to do outside and inside. And only that when he employs his mind and senses only for that work, he is in line with totality. Those who are in line with totality, they are promoted, they are given happiness. So, whenever somebody is happy, truly, genuinely, from the heart, that means he is in tune with the Samashtamana. अब सारा सूक्ष्म बातें हैं. If you study the Shastra with that oriented mind, those subtle things are revealed. You know? So Leela lived with her husband as Brahmani, wanted to continue the next life, continued. As a Rani, lived so beautifully. चल रहा है ठीक, बट एक लिमिट होता है ना, सब चीज हमेशा जैसे आप चाहते नहीं होता. So she wants to see her husband. She will see, but she never recognized, and he was already in a bad shape. He has become a bad king already. अब ultimate thought क्या है, that we shared for 4 days back, कि why are you running behind other jivas? You yourself as a jiva is wrong. You are a self. Realize your own Atma Sthiti and go beyond your own jiva bhava. You maintain your jiva bhava. You run behind other jivas. For your sake, they also have to give up their sadhana to become the self or realize the self and remain as jiva. ये काय के नौटंकी कर रहे हो? That is why the one who is fully equipped with Shastra Jnana, convinced with it, and on the path or reached the goal, he says, let everybody realize itself. In that way, I help anyone. No other thing, I help anyone, nor anybody to disturb my anubhuti or sadhana, nor I involve in anybody. That's the most pure and subtle intellect. Pure, therefore, it has become subtle to understand all this. Subtle because it knows its goal. Because it's pursuing its goal true, there's no problem. सुन रहे हो ना, थोड़ा थोड़ा कभी कभी जाना पड़ता है, फिर वापस आएंगे. सो एतस्मिन् अंतरे तस्मिन् मंडले मंडितावनौ चक्रे अपस्कंदनम कश्चित सामंत उद्रिक्त भूमिपः. कश्चित भूमिपः सामंत उद्रिक्त भूमिपः अपस्कंदनम चक्रे अवस्कंदनम. दावा बोल दिया उन्होंने, वार डिक्लेयर कर दिया. Now last few days, the US and ईरान वार का इतना चल रहा है, इतना चल रहा है, पीछे से डील भी चल रहा है ना. Who will succumb to whom we don't know. And mind you, after 10-20 years, that दोनों नहीं रहेंगे. But उनके द्वारा जो तबाह किया जाता है, that will be there. Or if there some good is being done, that continues. According to that, their own papa punya connection also. Now, tena sangrama sambrambhe प्रेक्षार्थम समुपागतैः त्रैलोक्य भूतैः तद्व्योम बभूव अत्यंत संकटम. See, तेन संग्राम संब्रह्मे, when that sangrama samyak arambha happened, prekshartham, to see that yuddha, samupagataihi, by the beings who have come to see that yuddha, where from they have come, trailokya bhutaihi, the beings from all the three lokas, they came to see that sangrama. With those people who have come to see that sangrama, tad vyoma, Her husband's Rajya's Akasha Tadyoma Babhuva Atyanta Sankatam. It has become so fully crowded and rush Maha ho gaya. Isn't it? Sometimes when the very, very highly evolved VVIPs come, the whole place is filled with the people who want to see them. Isn't it? The craze. People are at that level, the jivas. नहीं तो एक higher level पे देखो तो they have the talent with that they are entertaining. It's very good they are getting their remuneration. One need not take it so serious. But people don't take like that ना. They become so sentimental emotion. तो और ये हिट सिनेमा का हीरो आ गया तो पूरे लोग वहाँ भागदौड़ी भगदड़ हो जाएगा. Then people die also in that. See last year all three incidences. एक तो स्पिरिचुअल उसमें भी भगदड़ हुआ. सेकंड इज इन क्रिकेट मैच में हुआ. थर्ड वन वाज इन सम सिनेमा एक्टर. So they all have come. I'm giving an example. What is it is this way all the bhutas from the three worlds came to watch this cricket match, the Yuddha. Now, from here, as I was saying in the introduction today, that anything happening here, depending on the intensity of it, on the bigness of it, the consequence of it, to watch it, various beings in the higher world come. Understood? Like even this class, if I am doing it with the highest of the purity and ability and nobility, and with the thought that this knowledge should spread to the entire cosmos, everybody should understand the truth. With these higher ideas and with my added tapashakti, if I do, you also are of that high level of audience. Then the other beings also comments it. It gets that beauty. है कि नहीं? जैसे गांव में किसी की शादी हो रही है तो 10 लोग इकट्ठा भी होते हैं. बड़े बिग शॉट उनके बेटे का मैरिज है तो you understand from 150 countries the VVIPs will come. Then the शादी का budget is 10,000 crore. I don't know whether I told a very small figure. 10,000 crore होता है. Intensity of it. Isn't it? A small cricket match played by the local boy. उनके इनके दोस्त 4-5 देखते हैं. But an international match, a World Cup, a final happening. So then you see on the broadcasting channel ऊपर लिखा है 45 करोड़ लोग देख रहे हैं अभी मैच. Last time the World Cup, some 30 crores have seen from all over the world. So that gives an idea for us that in this way to see this war from three lokas, beings have come with them. The whole Akasha becomes so clustered. That's the meaning. Trailokya bhutaihi prekshartam samupagataihi trailokya bhutaihi tat vyoma babhova atyanta sankatam. It has become so congested, clustered and all. Isn't it? Like in Mumbai, peak time, all local trains, railway stations, क्या संकटम clustered होता है. Nowadays, even in the airports also, everything is clustered. The malls, जहाँ पे आबादी बढ़ रही है, क्या करें? Now anyway, come to our topic. Then what happened? Ashankitagate tatte devyau dadrushatuर्नभः नभश्चर गणाक्रांतम अम्बुधैरिव मालितम. तो अशंकित आगते देव्यौ. Ashankita agate means those devis who have come without any shanka, any hesitation, any lack of ability. They were full of ability. They just came without doubt. Ashankita agata means nobody could stop them. They just came. Ashankita agite devyau tatte dadrushatuhu namaha. Te namaha dadrushatuhu. They saw that akasha. Okay. What is it? Navaschara gana akrantam. Navaschara gana, the beings who can travel in the space. Navachara gana akrantam. Navaha, they have seen. They have seen the Akasha occupied by the beings who can travel in the Akasha. Ambudairiva malitam. It was like the Akasha is covered with so many hundreds of clouds. Ambuda means the one who carries the Ambuda water. like the clouds clustered were the beings there. She saw. है ना? अब इसका अर्थ क्या है फिर? The Vasishtha ji telling Rama, or here the word that Leela saying is that means what? You are not the only one through Yoga Shakti that you come to Ativahika Deha and travel in the space, Sukshma, and go to different lokas. इतने सारे देखो आ गए. Isn't it? Another idea is what? As you see on the earth, करोड़ों human beings and अनगिनत संख्या में small insect type of जीवों को सब मिलाओगे तो कितने होंगे? In the same way, in the Sukshmata also, there's so many jivas at so many levels. Or some of them, like you, Leela, they also have evolved through their yoga shakti. You are not the unique one. There are so many. Then that, keeps our ego checked that I alone can achieve to this ativahika sthiti. नहीं है इतने सारे वो देखने के लिए आए तमाशा. So, Navashtaragana Akrantam Ambudairiva Malitam, they saw. Then, who are they? From here, the next 15 slokas, the description of the different beings they have assembled there to see that Yuddha. The whole chapter is, next 10 12 slokas is that. After that, Sri Rama asks that beautiful question. Who are the real Shuras in the Yuddha? Who in Yuddha, when they die, reach to Swarga? Is that anybody fighting in any Yuddha dying going to the Swarga? Very good question of Rama. Here, the positive answer is more important than the negative. Negative answer is easily understandable. Oh, कोई पैसे के लिए किसी का कत्ल किया युद्ध में, do you think he will go to स्वर्ग? उसको तो इधर ही पहले फांसी देंगे. अरे, that is very obvious. But the other positive aspect is those who are fighting that war for righteousness, war for the goodness, then they definitely reach Sarga. To know that positive thing, the question answer. So before that, who are the beings? Siddha, Charana, Gandharva, Gana Vidyadhara Anvitam, Shura Grahana Samrabdha, Swarga Lokapsaro Vrutam. अब देखो मस्त मस्त डिस्क्रिप्शन है. तो रियली saw that and very surprised. So Siddha Gana, Siddha Purushas from the Siddha Lokas. There are some Siddha Lokas. Siddha Purushas who have got the Siddhis. Then Charana Loka, the beings have come. Charana karte rehte. They don't stay at one place. They keep on moving. Gandharva Loka, those are busy in the arts and singing and dancing. These beings are there always. So Siddhaloka, Charanaloka, Gandharvaloka, Ganas, then Vidyadharanvitam, the beings from the Vidyadhara Loka also they have come. That means these are the worlds higher than the earth, and the beings there also are of Siddha Sthiti, therefore they can travel as per their Sankalpa. So they all have come. So Siddha, Charana, Gandharva, Vidyadhara Loka se, the beings have come to see. Again, you have to use your intellect for further thinking. जिनका इंटरेस्ट है वही लोग आए, जिनका इंटरेस्ट नहीं है नहीं आए. Like cricket match, not that everybody will pay that 5,000, 2,000 ticket and go and watch. किसी को लगता है इतने में तो एक महीने का राशन होगा. Why should you see the useless match? They won't go. But some people come from the other country spending and they come to see. अब अपनी इच्छा है. तो यहाँ भी some of them have come, not all. ऐसा हमको समझना है. They have come. Then interesting point is Shura Grahana Samrabdha Swarga Loka Apsaro Vrutam. From the Swarga Loka, so many Apsarasas have come. With their own vehicles and all. For what? Shura Grahana Samrabdha. They are very excited, busy in collecting the Shura Viras from the Yuddha. अब देखो इसको, I will not explain. You can understand it. That in that Yuddha, whoever the Shura Vira dies, then वो अप्सरा लोग वो उनको ले जाते हैं to those different lokas. It's already planned, और वो बोली भी हो जाती होगी पहले ही, और ऑनलाइन बुकिंग हो गया होगा. Like a flight lands in airport, from that 200 people come out, all of them carry one by one taxi चलते जाते हैं. The prepaid taxi होंगे, online booking होंगे, या company has sponsored and sent them, or their own relatives came and picked up. In the same way, all the Apsarasas with their vehicles, they are ready to take the Shuravira. And who takes whom, on what basis it depends, I don't know, it's not written there. But this much is there, ki Shura Grahana Samrabdha Sargaloka Apsarovratam. So in that, the Apsarasas from the Sargaloka are there at one corner. Their job is, whoever die here, the Shuravir in the Yuddha, unko le jate. To give them those type of the Swarga Ananda Sukha. Because in that Yuddha he died. Isn't it? That based on this only Rama's question is that anybody dying in the any Yuddha, they go to Swarga. Vaashishtha says, ऐसा नहीं. धर्म के लिए युद्ध करेगा वही स्वर्ग जाते हैं, बाकी को नरक में ले जाएंगे. We will see that portion towards the end. So this much understood. Shura grahana, शूरों को ग्रहण करने के लिए समृद्ध, बिजी एंड एक्साइटेड, स्वर्गलोक, स्वर्गलोक से आए हुए अप्सरों वृतम, अप्सराओं के द्वारा one area in the space is occupied. Then the other one is very terrible. Raktamamsonmukhoन्मत्त bhutarakshah pishachakam. The bhutas, the rakshasas, pishachas also are there, who are ready to eat the mamsa and drink the rakta of the beings who are going to be wounded or dying in that yuddha. अब देखो, depending on, it is in yuddha, it is described here. In general also, in whatever the way we die, depending on our capacity or ability, like that it happens. Especially in the yuddha, when the people die, the टुकड़े टुकड़े हो जाते हैं शरीर के भाग. Not that every part is collected. You think that everything can't be explained. Sometimes, oh, like yesterday night, 7:30, 8 o'clock, air ambulance crash हुआ. They are somewhere in. है ना? So what is their lot? All that. So the Bhuta Preta Rakshasas have come for the Rakta and Mamsa. Rakta Mamsa Unmukha. Unmukha means interested in. Unmatta Bhuta Raksha Pishachakam. Those who are excited to have that, they have come. They are there. They generally won't harm. That is their food. भूत प्रेत पिशाच सुनते हैं, डरने की बात नहीं. They are the jivas in that yoni. They are going through. Just like that, they won't trouble anyone. है ना? Like politician, you are not afraid of everybody. Every politician is not dushta. Police वाले, अरे every police not necessarily, कुछ होते भी हैं, but everybody is not. They are doing their duty. So here also, bhuta raksha pishachakam. Two things are told. First to siddha charana gandharva vidyadharas. Second is the apsaras for their purpose. Siddha charana gandharva, they all have just to see for their time pass entertainment. The Devataloka Stris came to collect the Shuravira. Then Bhuta Preta have come to take the blood and all the flesh. Then Pushpa Vrushti Bhira Purna Hasta Vidyandhara Anganam. Some Vidyadhara Anganas having the baskets and baskets of the Pushpa in the hands to do the Pushpa Vrushti on the ones who do the Yuddha well. होता है कि नहीं? हम जब कप जीत गया तो फूलों का बौछार होता है कि नहीं बारिश? So like that, that Akasha is filled with some people, the Vidyadharanganas, holding the pushpas in the hand, right? Either they may be एक बाण का फेंकने के टाइम, hit करने के टाइम, as a Sirapashi, they must be throwing. Like we have seen earlier में सिनेमा थिएटर में एक हीरो का बढ़िया सा सीन होते ही all the fans of that कागज फाड़ के ऐसे हवा में फेंकते थे. You have seen all that. आजकल ऐसा मिस हो रहा होगा, I don't know. In that way, not only that, Vetala Yaksha Kushmandair Dvandvalokana Sadaraihi Ayudha Patarakshartham Gruhita Dritatairrutam. Some Vetalas have come, some Yakshas have come, the Kushmanda also have come. Dvandva Alokana Sadaraihi. They are generally interested in seeing such a Dvandva Yuddhas. But then Ayudha apata rakshartham. They just cannot be like that. The arrows shot by those people are so powerful. So they will hit me also, thinking that Gruhita Adritatair Vrutam. वॉट एवर द माउंटेन्स दैट आर देयर, उसके पीछे छुप कर वो लोग युद्ध देख रहे हैं कि ये वेपन आकर हमको टच न करे या मार न डाले. You can see that picture, na? When the war is happening with the arrows or which whatever the things. So it will go and eat anybody. तो अपने आप को बचाते हुए this Vetala, Yaksha, Kushmanda, they were all hiding behind the mountains. Few sceneries as it is given, I'm explaining. Further you contemplate or think. कैसा हुआ होगा वो भयंकर युद्ध. The world wars must have happened like that one. So Vetala, Yaksha, Kushmandaihi, Dvandva, Alokana, Sadaraihi, Ayudha, Apata, Rakshartham, Guruhita, Adrita, Tairvrutam. They are in some hiding places, seeing that the Ayudhas don't hit them. Then Astramarga na bhoga bhaga, Astramarga nabho bhaga, Vidravad bhuta mandalam, Aho Purushikakshubdha, Prekshakamodanodbhatam. So Astra Marga Nabho Bhaga. In the Akasha Marga where mutual astras are being hit, Bhuta Vidravat Bhuta Mandalam. So many beings, Titar Vitar Hokar, they were running in that, saving themselves from the hitting of those astras, shastras that are shot at by these people in that yuddha. Okay, so that means Tula Astra, Sukshma Astra, Mantra Astra, so many were there, so they can hit them, seeing that भाग रहे हैं लोग वहां. कुछ लोग ऐसे भी हैं. Some bhutas in that space of the yuddha, they were held up, the Ayudas were coming with the fear of getting hit, they are running here and there. You know, भूकंप के time, of tsunami के time, flood के time, you can see all that. Or nowadays when the missiles are, put. We have seen last 2-3 years, पिछले कुछ महीने से शांत है दुनिया, thank God, prayers are working. Otherwise you can see how many missile drones and all that. बाप रे. Every day, thanks to our forgetfulness, that we forget corona also, we forget the terrible wars also, we forget the recessions also, we forget Vedanta also. We remember only what to eat and I went to sleep. कैसे कैसे लोग हैं अपन. एनीवे, मैं भी उनमें से एक हूँ. तो वेताल यक्ष कूष्मांडैर्द्वंद्व आलोकन साधरैः आयुध आपात रक्षार्थम गृहीताद्रि तैत अद्रि तडैरुतम. देन अस्त्रमार्ग नवोभाग विद्रवद्भूत मंडलम. देन आहो पुरुषिका क्षुब्ध प्रेक्ष कामोदनोद्भटम. So, some of these people who are watching are praising the Yuddha of them. Aho, aho, wonderful, wonderful. And that is heard by them. They are also giving the joy to the Prekshakas. They are intensifying their own Yuddha Prakriya. And it is nothing new to us. Isn't it? क्रिकेट में जब मैदान में अपने लोग अपने वालों को इतना इंकरेज करते हैं, जय जयकार करते हैं, वो उस दिन उस पिल्लों को ऐसा होता है कि एवरी कैच विल कैच. He will take wickets, he'll make lots of runs, excited by the public. The joy, the craze of getting the respect from the public, वो नशा लगी होता है. Some play for that, some play for money, some play for name and fame. Each one is different. So here also the audience were clapping. So aho means wow, wonderful, excellent. इस तरह पुरुषिका आक्षुब्ध प्रेक्षक आमोदन उद्भटम. प्रेक्षकों को रंजित करते हुए, रंजना देते हुए वो लोग वहां युद्ध कर रहे थे. So some people are that way praising and giving that encouragement to some of the audience. That's how. Then asanna bhima sangramam kim vadanti parasparam leela hasa vilasotka sundari dhruta chamaram. So asanna bhima sangramam kim vadanti parasparam. There are groups of people talking to each other. What a terrible war it is. I have not seen such war at all in my life. Na bhuto na bhavishyat. Wow, what a terrible war. So some people are having that type of expression of the Ascharya, seeing what a Bhima Sangrama. What a terrible fight. ऐसे आजकल nowadays तो मुर्गियों का लड़ाई होता है. फिर sheep also, then this bullfighting, everything in this country possible, in this world nowadays. A variety of competitions there. Sports, though, themselves are hundreds of types. Other than that, various other things. So, asanna bhima sangramam kim vadanti parasparam. Then, leela hasa vilasa utka sundari dhruta chamaram. So many sundara strees enjoying that leela and having that hasa on their face, having the chamara in the hands. Now see, when Valmiki is describing that, it is so interesting that in today's world, all of that you can see. Some of those they come with their own hand fan, apna hawa marte hue. They give pose for the camera with all makeup, June cup, July cup, December cup. So that is the description. Leela Hasa. Leela Hasa means Natanki ke liye hasna. Vilasa, they came to enjoy that match, to see. They came to enjoy that match. Then Utka Sundari Dhruta Chamaram. They are holding the chamara in the hand. अपने लिए पंखा करते हुए कौन जीता कौन हारा में क्या we are entertained, isn't it? People are of different types. They just enjoy. Some people, others take part इस side उस side. कोई लोग तो बेटिंग भी करेंगे और क्या क्या होता रहता है. नेक्स्ट वन, धर्म प्रेक्ष प्रयुक्ताग्र्य मुनिस्त्वस्त्ययन स्तवम संपन्नानेक लोकेश वनितावसरस्तवम. See, dharma aprekshya. Because of a lot of sadhanas, some munis have become sukshma in their sthiti, and they also could see that yuddha. Whether they came to see that or they are accidentally there, they saw. Dharma preksha prayuktagriya muni. Oh, bichar Rishi Muni, because they're सात्विक heart. What can they do? वो लोग ताली तो नहीं बजाएंगे ना when the युद्ध is going on. तो मुनि स्वस्ते न स्तवम. They are doing all the stavana. What the स्तुति they are doing to the Lord? हे भगवान ये युद्ध रुक जाए, ये लोग एक दूसरे को मार खा के भी ये रोक दे. स्वस्ति means may there be peace. है ना? Like when you ask me, Swami, what prayer you do when all these countries fight with each other? इसको जीतना है उसको जीतना है. अरे वी नो एवरी जीव हैज टू इवॉल्व स्पिरिचुअली. व्हाई शुड ईच अदर किल? हम तो ये कहते हैं स्वस्ति वाचन ओनली वी डू. That's why during that Corona Kala and other time, how many of the mantras we chanted for the peace to prevail. We can't expect, you can't expect us to promote the yuddha. It is a horrible worst more. It is the height of arrogance and selfishness, no? We follow Shastra. Shastra says, Parasparam bhavayantaha shreyaha paramamapsata. In this universe, every being propitiating and helping each other, cherishing each other, they have to reach to the highest. There should be always cooperation, coordination, not quarrel and fighting. So we pray for Swasti only. We don't want even India, Pakistan, India, China war. हम कहते सबको अकल आए मिलकर आगे बढ़े, बस अपने आप को बचाओ, प्रकृति को बचाओ. We want that only. We are not cruel that जिसको मारे उसको ये मारे. That's the lowest level. These munis also swasti swasti yaar shant ho ja. They are doing their mantrocharan. Now you see, that's why I said yesterday, how interesting is this description? The variety of people, our Vaashishtha ji as well as Valmiki ji, with their zooming camera of the highest pixels, which can capture in the subtle wings, they are seeing all of them assembled. उनका picture दिखा रहे हमको. Like when you watch a match, something, they show in between. Audience this side, audience that side. They show the dugout there. They show sometimes the cameraman, sorry, what do you call, the commentators को दिखाएंगे. And then there are some people who are there to dance and cheer people, cheering people. So they show all. So here all of them are exactly like the match only. Including some of these Brahmanas also, Rishi Munigana, Swasti, Swasti, Ruk jaye. They are praying. And along with them, Sampanna Aneka Lokesha Vanita Avasarastavam. And Aneka Sampanna Vanitas have come. The women folk of the rich people there, they also come and they are doing their own stava of praising that yuddha. So Sampanna Aneka Loka, very rich lokas, whichever they are not described. From there, some women came to see. They are doing stavam, Vanita Avasara stavam. They are also doing stuti. Matlab they must be the ambassadors or they must be the franchise owners. They must be the owner of the team. ऐसा स्पॉन्सर करने वाले तो ये भी लोग वहां खड़े हैं. Then Swargarha Shuranayana Vyagra Indra Bhata Bhasuram. So many Indra Bhattas are ready there to take some of the people who are fit, deserving to be taken to Swarga. ऐसे लोग भी वहां हैं. In this way, then Shurarthalankrutottunga Lokapalakhyavarnam, to take the Shuraviras after their death, the elephants, etc., are being made ready in another place. Then Agaccha Shura Sanmanon Mukha Gandharva Charanam. The Shura having died in the Yuddha, when they are coming to do the Sanmana to them, the Gandharva Charanas are aye karke, they are welcoming. Then Shuron Mukhamarastraina Katakshekshita Sadbhatam. So many others, three folk, women folk also, looking at the Shuras, the Bhata who have died and they are coming to the Swarga. Then Veera Dordanda Kashesha Lampata Stri Ganakaram. Some of the Stris are waiting to have that embrace, etc., of those Shura Veera. Then Shuklena Shura Yashasa Chandri Kruta Divakaram. The Yashaha of the Shuravira in that Yuddha was so cooling that even Lord Surya's light also is made cooling there. Matlab people all in that excitement of the Yuddha and whatever the victory, they are not even feeling the heat of the sun. Now these few things, again 5 minutes tomorrow I'll explain. Then we will see Sri Rama's Prashna about who is taken to Swarga in the Yuddha. Is it everybody? वशिष्ठ जी, द जनरली सबके मुंह में बात होता है जो भी युद्ध में मरेगा स्वर्ग जाता है. दैट इज ओनली बोलने की बात है, नॉट रियली. वशिष्ठ says only who fight for the dharma, they only are taken to swarga. That important topic we'll see tomorrow. Thank you sarvam. Rama Vasishta Saraswati Madhu Charanaravindarpanam. Om Purnamadah Shruti Matre Namaha. Tatsat Brahmarpanam Astu. Thank you for your patient audience. Great friends. Just be here every day. Lord Rama remembered, Vaashishthaji remembered, Mother Saraswati's teachings. We are gaining such a beautiful knowledge. Maybe there's no entertainment here, but it is the learning to the intellect. If you like it, you are here every day. Welcome. Now let us study our Vakya Vritti Grantha. 2 shlokas are there. Let's see if we can conclude it today.